Hey, this is Kaufman is Alive YouTube channel. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at new comic books. Everything I picked up today at the comic book shop. Start off with the Marvel comics I picked up today. I got X-Men Era of Apocalypse number 3. This is written by Steve Fox and Nitho Diaz is the artist. Cover here is by Dota Nakonde. So we got Archangel here battling Apocalypse, which is something we actually get in the book, which if you've followed my videos, you know that's something I'm a fan of. When comic book covers actually show you what's going to happen in the book. We've got Apocalypse. He's summoned these 12 X-Men to see who's going to be his heir. And then his son, Genocide, showed up, and they've been battling him in the second issue. And then Archangel showed up to Apocalypse at the end of the last issue, and looks like we're going to get a battle between them here. I haven't flipped through any of these comic books yet today. I just picked them up at the store and brought them home, and I'm flipping through them through the first time. So you're seeing them with me for the first time. So I like that they got the cast here too. The contestants, we've already lost a few of them in the last issue. So it's nice to have a little scorecard there. Pretty great splash page here to open up. Nice faces here on Apocalypse and Archangel. Nitho Diaz is a really great artist, I feel like. I've only seen him on the Daredevil Black Armor series and now this series, but I've really liked all his work so far. So go check it out. This comic takes place directly after the fall of Krakoa, but this technically is taking place before the new X-Men Fall of Ashes line. So it's kind of a intermediary comic between those two main X-Men story arcs here. And it does keep up some of the continuity notes and some of the plot points from Krakoa leading into this new fall of, from the Ashes X-Men, I should say. Like we got Sinister back here. He was resurrected right at the end of Krakoa into his original form here, and he's got his old school costume, which I appreciate as well. So this was a $3.99 comic book by Marvel. Then I got the Wolverine Blood Hunt tie-in. This is a mini-series starring Wolverine, set in the Blood Hunt little crossover here. He's fighting vampires. He's been fighting vampires for the past 2 issues, and he's fighting vampires in this issue, it looks like. It's a $3.99 comic book. It's written by Tom Waltz. Juan Jose Rip is the artist. And this cover is by Ben Harvey. So I like the cover. It's kind of like a painted illustration here. And it actually, again, shows what's going to be happening in the comic book. So points for that. We got Wolverine fighting these vampire sea creatures. Really cool splash page. I've really enjoyed Juan Jose Rip's artwork. He's got kind of a different style than I'm used to seeing in most comic books. It's definitely a unique style, but I really dig it. He really loves drawing like all these really big explosions and stuff like that. And all his panel borders are all drawn in too, which is always really cool. He has some really cool page layouts, I feel like. I like this splash page. This almost looks like a wallpaper, some demented wallpaper. So we've got Maverick, and he's been wooed by this vampire priestess, and they're hunting Wolverine. And we've learned that she wants to become the queen of the vampires once Blade takes over. Now it looks like we got some ninja vampires. I think kind of the plot of this miniseries has just been Wolverine and his partner Nightguard here fighting just all these different types of vampires. Seems like the writer's going kind of funny with all the different vampire types. We had sea monster vampires. We had like CIA operative vampires. Now we got ninja vampires. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, Wolverine number 3, Blood Hunt tie-in. Then I got X-Men number 1. This is the Jed MacKay, Ryan Stegman X-Men. I happen to get the Scott Koblish wraparound variant cover. This is number 2 of 4 of connecting variants that he's doing. I got the first one that came with X-Men number 35. I think the next 2 are on X-Men number 1 and Exceptional X-Men number 1, if I'm not mistaken. But really love this stuff. I can't wait to get them all and connect them all together. But, the cover's not even the most exciting thing, really, is just finding out this new era of X-Men. This is the first issue of the From the Ashes era. I like that they're using the old classic X-Men logo here. We've reverted back to that, which is something I don't mind at all. Some of the other elements that we're reverting back to, though, I might have some problems with. I guess we'll see how it goes. I want to read the comic first before I judge it. We got the new team here: Cyclops, Psylocke, Kid Omega, Juggernaut, Magic. We got Temper. I do kind of like Juggernaut's X-Men costume here with the X. And I like Ryan Stegman's artwork too. I've been a fan of his work on King in Black, Venom. He's done some Spider-Man. He did Vanish over at Image with Donny Cates after Venom, and that was a really fun miniseries. I think it was supposed to be an ongoing, but it just turned into a miniseries after whatever happened to Donny Cates. But I'm digging Ryan Stegman's work here. It's kind of seems like a little bit more of a cartoonish style. Almost kind of reminds me of Todd Knox style a little bit. But I dig it. I still like it a lot. Get to see some kind of anime looking faces here. And the X-Men, they all definitely look younger, which I think is just the artist's choice. I don't think there's any real storyline reason for that. And I believe this is the Beast that we saw resurrected recently in X-Force, where he's reverted back to the old Avengers Beast. So that it's not Dark Beast, although he looks kind of creepy. Like he's got these big dark eyes. Like he hasn't slept in a month. Maybe he hasn't slept. Maybe he's working on, all of his scientific advancements post Krakoa. So kind of makes you wonder what happened to all the medicines and technology that they had gathered too. I mean, we know Resurrection's gone, but they had figured out some other things. So we'll see if any of that comes into play. Looks like we got kind of an old school 90s style checklist of all the X-Men titles coming out here. And Tom Brevoort's written a letter here to the fans. He's the new editor-in-chief here at Marvel, replacing Jordan White. Tom Brevoort was doing all the Avengers comics before now doing X-Men. So yeah, take another look at this cover here. A really cool cover. This was a, let me see what this was. This was a $5.99 comic book, so. Then I got Ultimates number 2. This is by Dennis Camp, and the artist is Juan Frigeri. We got the team here: Iron Lad, Doom, Captain America, Thor, Sif, Giant Man, and Wasp. We saw Giant Man and Wasp join in the first issue. And we saw the Ultimates battle the new Captain Britain, the Ultimate Captain Britain, in the first issue. Looks like we got Kennedy here. So we got the Ultimates in action here. about to say Iron Man in his original armor, but I think this is a character called Midas. It looks like. And there's Iron Lad, so have to see what's going on here. I'm definitely looking forward to reading this comic. There's Galactus as well. And Kennedy getting assassinated. Was that Iron Man trying to save the day and he's too late? Oh boy. Okay, so that's kind of funny. Definitely be reviewing this, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please do and get notifications turned on, because I'll definitely be reviewing this comic, so when I get that out, you'll know. And thanks for clicking on the video. If you've made it this far, really appreciate it. Got my last comic here, Monolith, number 3 of 3. This is the only non-Marvel comic I bought this week, actually, believe it or not. Image, I really like what they've been doing with Spawn recently. And Savage Dragon is another book that I always pick up monthly by them, or if it doesn't hardly ever come out monthly, but when it comes out, I pick that up. So this is the final issue of this miniseries. Sean Lewis is the writer. Valerio Giangiordano is the artist. They've been the same team throughout this entire series. It's been a pretty brutal series, very violent. I really like the artwork. Almost has sort of a painted feel to it. Definitely super like sci-fi. We started way in the future and then we shot back into the past, and we're in space and all over the place. So it's been a really, really fun comic book. Super dark too, as you can see. Really dark inks. Looks like we got some dead members of the Scorched here. So really great stuff. I saw all the issues still at my comic book shop, so I'd go check these out. These Spawn comics are only $2.99. Every issue of Monolith was only $2.99, so pretty affordable. And no ads in Image Comics either, which is always great. So nice splash page here to end too. So I think I'll end it with that. Thanks again for clicking on the video. Once again, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please like the video if you've enjoyed it, as much as I've enjoyed sharing it with you. And I'll see you on the next one.